Good evening, everyone. It's Steve Lookner with Right Side Broadcasting, coming to you with a President Trump Twitter update. A little earlier tonight, President Trump, in a tweet, basically called North Korean leader Kim Jong-un short and fat. Yes, he called him short and fat in a tweet. I'm going to show you the tweet now. Then I had some questions about it. It raises some questions for me about different things that I want to throw out. Maybe you have a thought on these things. Anyways, let's look at the tweet that was posted. President Trump says, "Why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old when I would never call him short and fat? Oh well, I try so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that will happen." Now, what Donald Trump is referring to here when he says Kim Jong-un called him old is there are a couple of statements, one recently, one from a few months ago, where Kim Jong-un referred to President Trump as a dotard, which is an old person, D-O-T-A-R-D. You know what? We should look up the definition of dotard. Let me just give you this. Dotard definition. An old person, especially one who has become weak or senile. So, I don't know if President Trump took it as old and weak or senile, but that's interesting that it's not just old, it's old, especially one who's become weak or senile. So it's worse than old. It's like not just saying somebody's old, it's saying they're weak or senile, it seems like, in addition to old. That'll be relevant in a second. But anyways, President Trump said this, to me, well, now, and obviously, I mean, you know, he is basically calling him short and fat. He's saying, I would never call him short and fat, but he's implying that he thinks he's short and fat. So all of that. You know, this raises a bunch of questions that I want to throw out there. I don't have the answers to them. Now, obviously, the obvious question that comes up is President Trump, well, what's he doing here exactly? Is he just genuinely upset that Kim Jong-un called him a dotard, called him old, and he's just reacting to that? Or is this some kind of negotiation thing where he thinks somehow this will get Kim Jong-un to back off his nuclear program and maybe start dealing with him? Maybe he's trying to get a back and forth going with Kim Jong-un on Twitter, or not on Twitter because I don't think Kim Jong-un tweets, but just maybe some sort of dialogue, even this kind of dialogue. Or maybe I had one other option that I was thinking of that I can't remember now. I said maybe President Trump was just insulted and he's just responding to that. Or maybe he's trying to negotiate with Kim Jong-un in some way. So, you know, there's different possibilities for what might be going on here. Oh, one other possibility is that President Trump could maybe just be like joking around. I mean, he might have thought this was funny to tweet this out. Now, you might think that's weird if he thought it was funny. But he might have just thought like, I'm going to make fun of him. I think that'll be fun. Now, there could be some combination of all these. But to me, those are the obvious questions. You know, I'm not the first one to raise those questions, and lots of people might raise them. But those are questions. But I want to talk about two other sets of questions now. One question I have is, how do North Korean officials around Kim Jong-un and Kim Jong-un himself react to this? When this tweet comes out and they see this tweet in North Korea government headquarters, wherever that is, how do they react? So, because like I could see one world in which if you're like in the government there and you work with Kim Jong-un, you can't talk about this tweet. Like you can't even mention it. You can't mention the short and fat tweet because you know if you mention it, like he'll be really upset if you mention it. So maybe it's never discussed. Like you know if you work there that Kim Jong-un knows, but like you don't bring it up. That's one possibility. Another possibility, if you're like a high government official there, is you think like, I need to tell Kim Jong-un this isn't true. So is it possible that a lot of North Korean officials are running into Kim Jong-un's office going like, dude, this is such crap. Like, you are not short, you are not fat, you are in great shape. He's old, you're in good shape. So like, because that would be another thing that they do in response to this, and they think Kim Jong-un might like. And you might say, like, Steve, you're just joking around about this. But this is real, like this tweet really happened. And Kim Jong-un really knows about it and people in the North Korean government really know about it. So the people working under Kim Jong-un really have to decide how to handle this. And I'm genuinely interested from like people working in an office perspective, how they handle this. So they could say nothing about it. They could try to tell him like, no, you're not short and fat, and that's a bunch of crap. Also, another possibility is like that maybe Kim Jong-un jokes around about this stuff. I mean, we don't know what he's like in person. We might think, oh, he's sitting there steaming about this and angry, but maybe he's just like, ha, that's pretty stupid. Or maybe he's like, he got me. He's pretty good. He's pretty good, President Trump. And again, you might think I'm joking about all this, but like, there is some reaction going on among Kim Jong-un and the people who work with him over this tweet. I don't know what it is, but it could be lots of things. Now, maybe it's just, him sitting there going like, I don't like this, and the other one's nodding their head. But there's all these other possibilities there. So I'm interested in what that might be. But again, like I'm quite interested, given that like he's supposedly really in control there, and he's like the one leader. Can you not even bring up the words short and fat? Can you not mention the short and fat tweet in front of him, or he'll get upset? Don't know. That's a question I have. The last question I want to deal with, or well, I guess I said set of questions before. I think this is the last question I want to deal with, though, is when I started thinking about this, I was thinking, is President Trump's calling Kim Jong-un short and fat like a worse kind of insult than old? Now we saw that the word Kim Jong-un actually used was dotard, but President Trump seems at least to be translating it as old. So let's just assume that President Trump thinks that Kim Jong-un called him old and not senile or something like that. Is it like taking it to another degree if somebody calls you old as an insult to call them short and fat? Or is it like the same kind of thing? Is fat anymore and short any more personal and harsh than old is? I don't know. And if that's the case, was that intentional by President Trump? So, I don't know. It was something I was thinking about. Anyways, I don't know the answers to these questions. It is a President Trump tweet, sort of a good example of a President Trump tweet that you can really look at, and there's a lot going on there, and there's a lot to, and you wonder like, what's going on with it? Who's thinking this? And from his end, like, why is he tweeting that? And are there multiple reasons, or did he just toss it off? I don't know. I'm interested by it. So anyways, if you have thoughts on this tweet, on any of the questions I raised, feel free to message me on Twitter if you'd like, @Lookner, or I guess you could put it in the comments of this video, but do whatever you want. But message me on Twitter if you want. I want to hear what you have to say about this tweet. But it is there, and just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Okay, that's going to wrap up this stream on President Trump's short and fat tweet. If you like our broadcast, be sure to subscribe our videos. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Click the notifications bell so you get notifications. And we're also viewer supported, so if you enjoy our network and our broadcasts, please consider making a donation. To do that, you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate, or any of our live broadcasts. We do a lot of live broadcasts. Just go to the YouTube chat room right next to the broadcast and go down to the little $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat room and just click on that $sign. It's really easy. And you can follow me on Twitter @Lookner. I post about breaking news stories a lot, so if you like breaking news, you can follow me there. And that is going to wrap up this stream for now. As soon as I find the button to turn it off. Okay. That's it. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon at Right Side Broadcasting.